Hello viewers, welcome to Software Yogi YouTube channel. So yesterday we discussed about importance of role in ServiceNow. We have seen couple of important roles like admin role, ITL role, right? So we have assigned admin role to make particular user system administrator. We have created our own user. We have assigned the admin role to him, and the use of ITL role is to make particular user technician, so that that user is responsible to solve the tickets which is assigned to his group, right? So today we will discuss little bit more about roles. Okay, and so our today's agenda is we will discuss best practice approach to assign role and elevated role, right? So yesterday we saw, right, like we have opened the user record and we have directly assigned the role. Okay, so that approach is not comes under best practice approach. Okay, so today we will discuss what is the best practice approach to assign the role to user. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so best practice approach to assign a role to user is to make user member of particular group. Okay, and assign a role to that group. So what will happen when you assign the role to group? So that means whatever members available in that group, automatically they will inherited that particular role from that group. Okay, so let's do one thing. I will create one group, let's say ITL group or technician group. Okay, and member of that group, what is my requirement? Member of that particular group, technician group, will be technician. Okay, so that means what I need to do after creating the technician group, I need to assign ITL role to that technician group, and whatever members available in that group, automatically they will get the ITL role. Okay, so let's see. So first I will create one group. So for that I will open the user administration, and this is the group module. So I'm creating one new group. Its name will be technician group. Okay, I'm leaving other field. Okay, so now you can see there is this particular group doesn't contain or does not associated with any role. Okay, so let's do one thing. Create one user, new user. Okay, so let's see, its ID is, let's say, tech1. Tech1. Okay, and its password is also tech1. Okay, save this. Right, so now if I want to make this user member of technician group, so what we can do? So either we can add group from this user record, or we can add member from this inside this group. Okay, so let's say I'm opening the group and I'm adding the member, means tech1 user inside this group. Okay, so tech one. This is our user. Just save this. Okay, so now tech one is member of technician group. Okay. So now, because see, currently technician group doesn't have ITL role. Okay, so this is just a normal user. So let's do one thing, just log in with that user. Okay, so you can see tech one and password is also tech one. So that means this user will act as a normal end user. It will see the default applications. So you can see when I logged in with this tech one, so you can see only limited number of applications: self-service, password reset, connect, live feed, targeted communication, right? So now what I will do, I will assign ITL role to this group, technician group, and tech one is already member of that technician group. Okay, so automatically ITL role will be inherited by tech one because he is the member of technician group. Okay, so let's assign ITL role. Okay, so just move it right and save. So now you can see this group has the ITL role. You can see this ITL role. Now what I will do, I'm logging out and I'm logging again with this tech one user. Tech one, tech one. So now you can see this particular user, this tech one user can see other applications as well because he has the ITL role because he is the member of technician group. So you can see incident, problem, change, configuration, right? So this is the way to assign the role to particular user. Okay, this is the kind of best practice way or best practice approach to assign role to the user. So what is the benefit of this approach? So what suppose number of users, you want to make number of technicians. Okay, so in that case what you can do, you can just add those users inside this group, right? Let's say suppose you have added couple of users, this A, B, this one, right? So automatically these users will be technician because they are member of technician group and that group has the ITL role. So automatically A, B, able tutor and tech one, they have the ITL role associated with them. Okay, so the benefit of this, you don't have to open each and every record and add the role. Okay, same way, let's say suppose a tech one, okay, that particular user left the organization. In that case what you can do, and or let's say suppose this tech one, now you don't want the tech one should be technician. So in that case again you should come here in that group. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to just simply remove the tech one from this group. Okay, so now technician group only have two members and tech one is removed. So if you see now the tech one user, okay, because we have removed tech one from technician groups, so again it is a normal, he is a normal user. Okay, so just log out and log in again. So now you can see still, so currently he can see only not limited number of applications, right? You cannot see other ITL related applications, incident, problem, change. Okay. So this is the benefit or best practice approach to assign role to particular user. Okay. So always just remember, create group, okay, and assign role to that particular group and add members inside that group. Okay, so same way you can create your system administrator group. Okay, so maybe possible you want, let's say suppose 2 3 people should have the admin role and they will act as a system administrator. So better what you can do, you can create admin group, system admin group, and add those members inside that group and assign admin role to the system admin group. Okay, so our second point is elevated role, which we want to discuss. Okay, so elevated role is a, if let me open the role list to explain this. So user admin and open the role list. Yesterday we saw couple of important roles. So there is one more role and its name is security underscore admin. Okay. Okay, I think, okay, just a minute. So mainly what I want to say, this is the elevated role. Okay, so if you just come in the banner frame in the profile section, right, in the user profile, right, this one, you can see this one option, elevate roles. Okay, when you click on this elevate role, so you can see the security underscore admin. Okay, so what happens actually in the role, in the role table, there is one particular column called elevated privilege. So when inside this role table, there is one record called security underscore admin, and for that record this elevated privilege is true. Okay, so what will happen if elevated privilege for that particular role is true? So that role will act as a session specific role. Okay, so that means suppose I have assigned the elevated role to admin user, and you can see with the if you assign the elevated role to this particular admin, so what admin can do, he can grant modification access to high security setting, allow user to modify the access control list. If you remember yesterday, I have mentioned ACLs. Okay, so with the help of ACL, you can restrict the operation to particular user and group. Okay, so operation means, let's say suppose couple of users only can create the incident inside the incident table. Okay, and couple of users or let's say member of particular group delete the change from the change table. So such type of operation you can restrict with the help of ACLs. I will explain ACL in detail in our other videos, but just to explain the elevated role, if let's say suppose inside system security, there is access control module, ACL. So currently I'm logged in from admin role, and if I if I want to, because if I want to create, let's say new ACL, but I don't have any option here or new button here to create the new ACL because I don't have security admin role assigned to admin or system administrator, right? Same way, I cannot modify any of this existing ACLs. If you open this, right, it will open in a read only mode. I don't have any permission to modify this. So this is called high security settings or ACLs. Okay, so to modify such type of table records, you need elevated role. Okay, so what you have to do when, and this elevated role you can assign to only admin user. Okay, user who have the admin role. So what what so to assign this elevated role, what we need to do, we need to just click on this elevate role and just check this security underscore admin. So what will happen if you click on OK? So now admin user has the security underscore admin role also. Okay. So now if you see, now again I am opening the ACLs. So system, this time system will allow me to create or update the existing ACLs. If you see here, now I have the new options here and I can create new ACLs inside the my ServiceNow platform or ServiceNow instance. Same way I can open any existing ACLs and I can update. Okay. So this is happened because I have assigned security underscore admin role to the admin user. And what is the importance or difference of this security underscore role from other roles? Let's say suppose I will log out from this admin. So, and I am re-login. So in that case, my security underscore admin role will be lost. Okay. Again, I need to assign that security underscore role, admin role to myself. Okay. If you see here, if I will again open the ACL. So again, that new option has gone, right? Because this is that security underscore admin role is a session specific role. Unless and until your session is enabled, you will have that role in that particular session. Once your session is expired or you are logged out and log in again, so again you need to uh, reassign that particular security underscore admin role to yourself. Okay. And only admin user can assign this elevated role to himself. Okay. So you can see again I need to check this. Okay. And after assigning, you can see this lock icon is open, right? That means I have the security underscore admin role. You can see this is checked. And again, I'm just logging out and login again. So again, because I'm re-login, so my security underscore admin role will lost, right? And you can see. So now again, you have to assign and that lock will be open. You can see this lock is open now. Okay, so this is the difference between this elevate role, security underscore role, and other roles. Other roles means, let's say admin role or ITL role. If you assign with a particular user, so even you log out and log in again, that role will be with the user. Okay, it will not going anywhere. It will not go anywhere. Okay. So, but for security underscore admin, unless and until session will be enabled, that role will be, that role will be with user. Okay. But what will happen if your user session got expired or user will log out and re-log in? Again, you have to assign that security underscore admin role to the user. And mainly this role is important to update or create the new ACL or update the existing ACLs to restrict the operations. Okay. So that ACL part we will discuss in detail in our other videos. So for today's, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, you can just comment, mention your doubts in the comment section. And what I will do, uh, I will add the playlist, ServiceNow playlist URL inside video description. So you can just see all my ServiceNow related videos in that particular playlist. Okay. So if you like the video, hit the like button, share this video with your friends. Okay. And practice by yourself. Okay. And if you have any doubt, just mention in the comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.